Hello and welcome, ladies, to the beginning of our Fall in Love with Yourself journey. Lineage healing. We're starting off with Module 1, Sacred Space. I'm here now with you in my sacred space, and I have created this space for us to dive deeper into how we create sacred space, why we create sacred space, and what we create sacred space for. So, how do we create sacred space? I created this space today for us in order to record this video for you. And I started by clearing and cleaning the whole space. So I really focused on emptying out in order to create something new. As we empty out our bodies from stuck emotions, as we declutter our mind from old thoughts, we are also emptying out our physical space to create sacredness. So I invite you to maybe right now just look around your space and see if there are any objects, any things that you don't need anymore, that maybe even keep some energy stuck there and keep you in the past. And if yes, then I invite you to use this week for really emptying out all that you don't need anymore in order to create room for something new. So that is the first step that I invite you to do. And then step number 2 is to clean. And cleaning really helps as well to move energy and to really prepare something for more sacredness. And if you do it with the intention to set a sacred space, it's even more powerful. So that is what I did today in order for me to create this room right now. And it felt very liberating and very calming, very peaceful. And I do this regular. It's a regular practice for me. So I invite you to also incorporate this practice if you feel called. So these are the first 2 steps. And the next step is to choose a place that feels best for you. And maybe even choose a place to create your altar. I'm sitting in front of my altar, and each object on my altar has a specific purpose and intention. So I choose the place very intentionally, and I choose each object that I put on the altar with an intention, with a clarity, with a focus. So today, for this transmission, I created my altar with the 4 elements. And there will be a picture included in the document that I'm putting in the Facebook group. So there you will see which object has which intention and how you can also do that. So just to put it into words for now, For each element, I use an object. So, for example, you can use a candle for fire. You can use a crystal for earth. You can use a feather for air. You can use a bowl of water for water. If you want to put the elements on your altar. Of course, you can put on your altar whichever object has a specific value for yourself and feels sacred to you. This is your choice. So this is number 3. You create your sacred space in a location as well. And if you feel called, you can create an altar. If you don't have any space for that, you can also just take some specific items like a crystal, a candle, and sit somewhere, and this is your mini altar there. So, why do we create sacred space? We create sacred space in order for us to dive deeper with ourselves. So this is a good option for us to know in this space I'm safe to sit with myself, to meet myself. And this is also a signal for your brain to know this is a sacred space where I'm meeting myself. This is only for me this time, and I can really use it to get to know myself better and to fall in love with myself. So I really invite you to create the space for this journey and even for our calls. So you get into this vibe, into this feeling. And you can also use a smell, so your senses, to really get you deeper into this feeling, into this experience. So you can use Palo Santo if you have some, or sage, or anything that is an incense for you to burn, for your senses and your body to really notice this is sacred space right now. And then you can also use some kind of essential oil or spray to really connect in with this feeling as well, with this intent, with your intention, and with this bigger intention, falling in love with ourselves. So you can use it every time we have a call. Put it on your wrists or smell it to really get yourself in this vibe, in this state, in this feeling. So these are some of the action steps, and you can either write it down right now, or I will also include it in the PDF for you. So you have the to-dos that you can really incorporate in your life. And another thing that really helps to really create this sacred space for yourself is to create a ritual, a routine around your practice, around a time where you really want to sit with yourself, or whatever is in your practice, in your self-love practice, in your self-love routine. Or if you don't have one, you can also use our calls for this specific time, or when you watch this video, you can set a sacred space. And it's a really good idea to do it regularly, like as a routine. For example, in the morning or in the evening. In the morning after getting up, when you're really in this relaxed state, or in the evening before going to bed, when you're also diving into this more relaxed state. These are really good times for us to sit in ritual, in a practice. So yeah, sacred space can be any space that you give this intention to, this divine feel, this divine energy, and where you really create time and space for yourself to just be. This is sacred space. And then, of course, you are an essential part, the space, your intention. And then you can really also invoke sacred space by calling your allies in, by really calling in the power of your ancestors, and imagine the ancestors standing behind you and just giving you all the energy. And by your intention to connect with them and by calling them in, either in your inner, with yourself in your inner realm, or you speaking it out loud, can be also very powerful. And then you can also call in all your guides, your spirit animals, if you have some that you are already connected to, like, for example, the lion here, or any other animal that feels like a spirit guide for you. And then you can also ask for angelic support, for divine support from above. And if you have any gods or goddesses or ascended masters, spiritual teachers that you feel you want to call in, you can call them in and speak their names or use some mantra. Mantra is this prayer, this form of prayer that has a very, very strong intention. And when you speak a mantra for a goddess, for example, it is like speaking a spell and calling her, and she will be there instantly. And you will feel a difference. If you do it more often, you will really feel the power that comes from calling these guides, these angels, our ancestors, how you get stronger and stronger every time. So, yeah, this is also a really important aspect of setting sacred space. And if you have, like me, this altar with the 4 elements, you can also call in Mama Gaia and her 4 elements. You can call each element and its specific attributes. So you can call upon fire with this transformative power. You can call upon water with its fluidity, its sensuality. You can call upon air with its ease and flow and lightness. You can call upon earth with her nourishing, grounding energy. And then you will feel a shift in your body and the strength coming. So you can choose from either of these options or use all of these options. I would recommend, if you're just starting out, to really start with one practice, with one invocation, and to sit with yourself and feel or move, put some music on, and just do whatever feels good. Yeah. Sit in meditation, do yoga, dance, whatever is your choice. And if possible, do it every day at the same time and repeat it. Maybe for these 3 months, you can establish a strong practice, and then after you can just do it yourself. It gets more and more powerful the more often we do it. And it doesn't have to be the same every day. You can also shift and vary it, so it doesn't get boring for you. Yeah. So this is the module of sacred space, and I invite you to play with it. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask. If you feel inspired, please share in the sisterhood how your sacred space looks like. I will also share more pictures of my altar and more options how you can play with building your altar. And yeah, on Thursday on our call, we will dive in deeper into how to really call the sacred space in and really experience it. And on Wednesday, 2:22 p.m. Central European Time, I will come on and share some more of the organizational stuff and motivation and just really whatever is present and alive. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will also send out an email with more information. I would love to hear how your secret spaces are flowing and going and what you're up to, what you're experiencing. So please feel free to share. And I'm looking forward to meeting all of you soon again. Sending so much love from my heart to yours.